Wait! Stop! Don't do it! You know what's gonna happen? Snap on, snap off, snap on, snap off. Hey everyone, and welcome back to LordTechPro. If you're new to this channel, I review watches, conduct drop tests on them, reveal hidden features in cars, say things which you don't hear quite often on YouTube. It does not scratch at a level 6 and it does not have deeper grooves at a level 7. And oh yeah, I also conduct the most extreme torture tests. I've frozen this watch to minus 24 degrees Celsius. Now back to the video. Hey guys, as you may recall, part 1 of the Range Rover Velar Hidden Feature series was dedicated to the animated turn indicators. This second part is about the exterior and interior lighting, starting with, you guessed it, the headlights. Whenever the headlights are turned on, the projectors move up and down to check if the auto leveling function is working as intended, though this isn't the only purpose they serve, as I'll show you soon. By pressing the menu button on the steering wheel, the dynamic buttons change to provide a control pad along with a select button. Heading over to vehicle settings and scrolling down to exterior lighting, then subsequently scrolling down to headlights driving side provides us with two options, drive on the left or drive on the right. In India we drive on the left, so I will choose that and exit the settings menu. So after I stop and restart the engine, if I turn on the headlights, the right headlamp will dip slightly lower than the left headlamp, to ensure that oncoming drivers are not blinded by the full LED projectors. Moving on, you may have noticed this notification pop-up proclaiming select auto lights, auto high beam not available in manual. So twist the headlight control knob forwards for 2 seconds to enable this feature. If this notification does not appear, head over to vehicle settings like before and scroll down to exterior lighting. Next, ensure that the checkbox next to the auto high beam panel is checked. If you need more information about this, select high beam information. Push the headlight stalk forward for 1 second while in auto mode to activate it. This utilizes the stereo cameras mounted above the interior rear view mirror on the windscreen and the ambient light sensor on the back of the mirror itself. So ensure that there are no obstructions for optimum performance. This feature allows you to focus on driving, as there is no need to manually switch between the dipped and the high beam while trying to avoid blinding oncoming traffic. If you have the matrix LED headlights, they block out portions of the high beam, so you never really need to switch to the dipped beam, which takes the strain out of nighttime driving while also making it safer. So push the stalk forward for 1 second and it activates. It automatically turns off at speeds below 40 km per hour. And this is how you select the auto high beam on the Velar. The next feature is equally important in terms of safety, but this time when you are outside the car. After entering the exterior lighting page and scrolling down to headlight delay, you get intervals ranging from 30 seconds to 4 minutes, or you can just turn it off. If you want to conserve the vehicle battery, I suggest that 30 seconds should be more than enough. This is especially useful if your driveway does not have adequate lighting, or if you are parking on the road at night or in any other place, so you don't trip over something on the ground and you can see your way forwards through the dark night. Ambient lighting technically isn't a hidden feature, but it's cool nonetheless, because the brushed aluminum sheets on the door panel, the bottle holders lower down, and the entire length of the center console is bathed in light with 10 color options. You can also choose from 3 brightness levels, or if you wish, you can simply turn it off. Here's a montage of what it looks like when night falls in the Velar. The ambient lighting extravaganza doesn't end there. If I go to vehicle settings, on the bottom screen of the 10-inch TouchPro Duo system, and turn the dynamic dial to select the dynamic mode, the mood changes instantly as the ambient lighting changes to red, and so does the theme on the 12.3-inch high-definition digital driver's display. If I choose any other drive mode, such as Eco, it goes back to the normal setting. The cool thing is that I can either use the touchscreen or the dynamic dial, which has its own interactive display. But how do you change the brightness of the footwell lights, the door handle LEDs, and the entire switchgear, which can be really helpful during the night? It can't be set through the infotainment system, but instead, next to the steering wheel and beneath the electronic parking brake button, there's a small control dial. Pushing it once releases the dial, and rotating it adjusts the footwell LEDs, the 12.3-inch digital driver's display, the door handle LEDs, which you can turn off if you find them distracting, and both the screens of the TouchPro Duo system. Furthermore, it also adjusts a roof-mounted light which sits just behind the rearview mirror and whose sole purpose is to light up the center console at night. This is how it looks during the day, but at night it's incredibly useful. Now the center console is pitch piano black, and now the cup holder and the rotary gear selector is completely visible. To avoid glare, it can also be toned down. The same goes for the memory seat setting buttons, window switches, and wing mirror controls. Moving on to the leather-wrapped and metal inlaid steering wheel, the dynamic button's brightness can be adjusted as per your individual preference, going from blinding intensity to a sleek, stealthy, and dark look. The TouchPro Duo system's brightness can be set separately as well, so the co-driver can operate the infotainment system while the driver's display can be dimmed so as to minimize distractions for the driver. If you're worried that this will change the brightness of other lights, such as the overhead interior lights or the headlights, you need not worry, as the dial only controls the screens, the interior switchgear, and of course, the footwell lights. You can see the aluminium pedals down there and everything else in the footwells. These electric door handles feel like they belong on a concept car. And in the evenings, the Velar's interior looks very futuristic indeed. But in its current state, a big chunk of that feeling is taken away. The back seats are virtually black and grey blobs of paint on camera. Thankfully, a simple solution exists. Pressing and holding the touch-activated central light on the roof until it flashes sets the interior lights to auto. And there you go, on the digital driver's display it says the interior lights is set to auto. So the next time I enter my Velar, the interior feels more welcoming, and I can avoid hitting my knee against the steering wheel, which conveniently moves up to give me more room till I start the engine. I can see if I've left anything on the back seats before exiting the vehicle. Same goes for the cup holders. Also, after entering the Velar, I can easily navigate the starter button, which is placed at an awkward angle. If you don't want to look conspicuous while in an isolated location, just press the central light. I think it uses an infrared sensor because you don't need to touch it. Just hover your finger near it and it activates, kind of like the gesture-activated task lights on the Range Rover SV Autobiography. That's it for this video guys. If you stuck around till the end, a sub to the channel would be much appreciated, and hit that bell icon so you are notified whenever I make a new upload. If you enjoyed watching this video, leave a like, and thanks for watching LordTechPro.